Dope ass dude podcast. Transparent conversation. Real life stories. Hustling, grind, transparent conversation. Real life stories. Hustling, grind.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, the dope ass dude, and I am so happy to be with you guys on tonight. I see we already have Pat and Keon in the comments. What's going on, Pat and Keon, two of my favorite people? I hope you guys are ready for an amazing show on tonight because it is about to get pretty heated up in here. So I'm really excited to have my guests with me on tonight. And you guys already know the preliminary things. If you're not following me on on YouTube, if you don't mind, go ahead and subscribing to the YouTube channel. And while you're there, go ahead and click on like so that this can be shared with others just like you. And click on notifications so that you can be notified each and every time a new podcast is uploaded to the site. So let's do that again. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then while you're there, click on the like so you get that it can be shared with others just like you, and notifications so you can be notified each and every time a new podcast is uploaded to the site. And then you can always catch the podcast on the go. You can catch it on on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Again, that's Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And then if you're unable to catch, you can watch the podcast every Monday. You can watch it live on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, which is Twitter, and YouTube. So you can catch it on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. And then if you are not following me on Instagram and TikTok, if you don't mind going ahead and follow me on both of those platforms, I can be followed at the Dope Ass Dude Podcast on both Instagram and TikTok. And we'll get Yolanda's information out of the way. You can follow Yolanda on Instagram. You can follow her at Yolanda the Therapist. So go out on Instagram, follow her on both of those platforms, Yolanda the Therapist on Instagram. I said both of those platforms, but you can follow her on Instagram at Yolanda the Therapist. So, and you guys already know I've said this every episode. So we're on episode 7. We have 3 more episodes after tonight. And tonight's podcast of the whole season is based off of the K. Renee album, audition tape. The whole season is based off of that, and each week it's a different song. And you guys asked me, I'm gonna put the CD cover up so you can see it. So if you haven't listened to this project, go listen to it. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you can listen to music. You can go out and find it. It's an amazing project. And tonight we are talking about healing in real time off of that project. And the funny thing about it, and Yolanda may not remember this here, but when I came up with the title of the song, her and we were at Taco Tuesday. We were at Taco Tuesday and we was having a conversation just about different situations in life and how many times we are triggered by things that we thought that we had already dealt with. And out of nowhere, when those moments happen and we are triggered, you are transported back to the very moment that incident occurred. And we realized in that moment that healing, it really is a process. It's a process, and sometimes you can get over things and you can move on from it, and then out of nowhere something happens that take you back to that moment, and you realize I have a little bit more work to do, which means you are constantly healing in real time. You never, well, sometimes we can move on from things, but there are some things that we may deal with a little bit longer. It may take us years, it may take us months or days, and it may just hit us every now and then. And when it hit us, we have to heal in that moment and start that process over. So when I got ready to start writing the project, this was one of the songs that I wrote, and I knew that I had to have this on the project. And I remember I shot over the track to Yolanda to listen to it, and she was like, "Dude," she sent me a picture, and she was like, "This is kind of like wow," because she had just created a shirt, and she'll show you guys when she come on, that was in sync with the song title. So it's like I told her, I said, "Well, when I do this song on the project." On the podcast, you have to come on and talk about it. And Yolanda is a licensed therapist. She's a mother of two amazing men. She has a grandson that is 50 years old himself, and he's like a handful, but that's a grandson. And I just love having her on. She is my favorite therapist that I have had on the show. So I'm gonna bring Yolanda on out. Yo,
Hello there. Hello,
what's
hello,
going
hello.
on? Thank you for coming on tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got me over here smiling, reminiscing because I do remember the conversation at Taco Tuesday, you sending the song, all the things. Because, yeah, your girl was doing some healing herself. And yeah,
You know, that's the funny thing. We all are healing in real time. And it may be
absolutely.
you today and it could be me tomorrow. You know, I'm doing good. And then, like the song says, went to bed last night in my thoughts, woke up this morning in my feelings.
My feelings.
So, yeah, in my feelings. So, yeah, you never know. It's like, yeah, how it's going to happen. So, tell us a little bit about you, Yolanda, and what you've been having going on since you were last here.
Okay. Okay. Well, since I was last here, still, of course, doing therapy. I actually do that in the evening. So that is my, um, I'll say my main thing, but really not my main income. But that is what I love most is my therapy practice, which the title of it is Me First. And I created that because a lot of times we struggle with taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first, which can lead to some anxiety, sometimes some depression as well. So I gave birth to Me First Therapy. So I've still been doing that. Um, been going through some things myself, created some things, and I said, you know what? I feel like I need to reach people outside of the therapy room. Like, what else can I do besides podcasts and speaking? How else can I reach more people? So I said, you know what? I am going to create some apparel. I didn't know exactly where I was going with this. I just created a shirt. Let me show it to the people. It's healing in progress because, like you stated, we are doing some healing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create that shirt. And then it led to other things that I wanted to create. And I said, okay, God, what are we doing here? I came up with doing some branding. It is called Me First Apparel and More. And what this is, I create apparel that reminds us you are special, you are loved, you deserve self care, you take care of everybody else. Your part of healing is putting yourself first. So, therefore, we gave birth to Me First Apparel and More. So, you'll get my website at the end if you want to go out and check out some projects, some products. Also, last week, what John doesn't even know is last weekend, it was my official launch, even though I haven't posted it on social media yet. But I went to Atlanta to a social work conference as a vendor. So my first vendor
Oh,
experience, guys, my first vendor experience. And when I tell you, like God did his big thing, you talk about healing. I was struggling with imposter syndrome. Will they people get it? Will they understand the message that I'm trying to give? My main shirt says, putting me first on purpose. Said, are they going to understand what I'm talking about? Will they understand the whole concept? When I tell you, I only had 2 of my brand shirts left. So they got it. It was such a blessing. God did more than I could have ever asked for. So yeah, that's what your girl been doing. It's some branding and just moving forth and healing in the process. So yeah, that's been me.
So this is why she been standing me up on Taco Tuesday. So we haven't gone to Taco Tuesday in a while, but this is who I normally go to Taco Tuesday with. And you get a couple of shot of tequila, and then she starts spilling the beans. So
I do. Don't tell them my secret. They're gonna want to take me out for tequila.
So okay, so let's talk about that. So because that is amazing. So, and you know, I love especially watching you evolve into greater, because we always talk about that.
Yes.
So okay, so is there a correlation when people wear words that speaks healing? Does it impact them inwardly? Does it make them feel it? Does it listen like an affirmation? What's up with that?
Yes, I want them to. My thing is, I want them to feel what they are wearing. Okay, I have healing. I said I'm putting myself first on purpose. If you wear it, just like affirmations, when you say it, what starts to happen? You start to walk in it. You start to believe it. You start to know that it can happen for you. And that's exactly what I am wanting in this. I have another shirt that says, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. A lot of things. You get the shirt, you'll see it, go on the website. But it just is letting you know that it is okay. Because a lot of times we tell ourselves, I got to be perfect. I got to get this right. I can't let anyone see my flaws. But when you put this on, it says, it is okay to be me. It is okay. You always say, live in your truth. That's what it's time for us to start doing. And that's what I'm doing with this brand, not just for others, but and for my own self in some areas, because this year has been a lot for me. So I got to be who I am trying to get my audience to be. So we all walk in this together.
Yeah, I love that, because I wear shirts that have writing on it. You know, I wear the dope ass dude shirt all the time.
Because what? You are dope.
I'm dope. And even in the moments when I don't feel it, when I put on the gear, no lie, this is no lie. I try to live up to it. It forces me to live up to what I'm wearing. So I do understand that, and I'm glad that you've taken your message and your journey further than just your practice, because now one person to wear your shirt, somebody else will see it and they'll get it, and Christmas time they'll buy it for their family in places that you may never ever go. And that is the amazing thing about stepping out and doing your thing. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. And that's my whole goal. I want people to really and truly get the message. I think that is one of the biggest struggles that a lot of us have, you know, even with my clients. That is what I am seeing the most. We're taking care of everybody else. Well, I'm trying to do what he needs me to do, or I'm trying to do what my mom needs me to do. But what about you? When do you take the time to stop and take care of you? And that's how I end every session. So tell me, what have you done for yourself to take care of you since we last spoke? Or what are you going to do next week to take care of yourself? Put yourself first. It is okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I get it. People struggle with that. And I'm just going to talk about in the Christian community, because I can talk.
Why are we going there? Somewhere else.
I'm only going to talk about the Christian community. I think we struggle with that as believers, putting ourselves first, because our entire lives we're taught to be selfless and never selfish. And so we struggle because we always supposed to put other people be first. So so what are some of the tips you give people to overcome that lie? Because you got to put you first.
The number one thing that I say is you have to see, for me, since we're going to the Christian community, is see yourself the way God sees you. What does God say? God says, I am beautiful. I am loving. I am deserving. What are you deserving of? Are you deserving of someone putting you down? No, that's not the way God sees you. So when you see yourself the way God does, it makes you want, or it should make you want to fight harder, not to accept what other people are putting on you. It should make you want to say, this is not who God created me to be. I am more than this. Yeah, I may be down right now, but God says this. And you try to pull yourself out of it. And I'll go back to one thing you said to me, John, that I will never forget. Because I know your girl was struggling bad with, but he needs this, but he needs that, but my sister needs this, or my kids need this. And you say you putting up with too much. Sometimes you got to do like Jesus and flip the tables over. Well, John, I didn't know how to flip the tables over. I wanted everybody to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm over here struggling, depressed, functional depression. Like, okay, flip the tables over. What does that even look like? You standing up for yourself and setting some boundaries. We say, but I got a big heart, but that's what boundaries are for. It helps other people to see how you need to be treated, how you would like to be treated. So see yourself the way God sees you. Stand up for yourself, set some boundaries, flip tables over when you need to flip them over, and know that, hey, I deserve this too. You guys are getting it, so why shouldn't I? Flip them over. I'm telling you now what John told me. Flip the tables over. It feels good.
That was probably after a shot of tequila and a margarita when I said
whatever
that.
It was, I held on to it.
And the funny thing with that though, the flipping the tables and then also just putting yourself first, I do get it. It is a struggle that that you putting yourself first. But I try to live by this here now. Everyone else should live in the overflow of our lives.
Yes.
They should live in the overflow of our lives. We should be full just by ourselves, and everything everybody else get is the overflow of what we have. And putting yourself first. And I don't want people to think that you're supposed to just go and not do anything for anybody. That's not what I mean when I say that. But I do mean that if people are depleting you to the point that you have nothing to give to you, ain't got nothing to give to you. You can't get to that place. You have to be able to tell people, no, I'm not going to be able to do that, or no, I don't want to do it. I think a lot of times we will lie. People calling trying to borrow money from us, and we coming up with every excuse. Why I ain't got it? No, I got it, but I'm not giving it to you. That's bottom line.
Exactly.
Those are those boundaries. So when you are selfish, it doesn't mean again that you don't do for people, but people should they should live off the overflow of us. The overflow of us. Because many of us, we're giving to so many people. We will find ourselves with nothing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's, John, a part of our healing, because this is a behavior that we have walked for so long. And so we talk about unlearning some unhealthy behaviors. Healing is a part of that. It's time to unlearn that. Yes, you have been that one that they come to. But now, how about you come to yourself a little bit more? And I will say no without excuse now. Or I'm not able to. When it comes to the money, I don't have it to give. I got it. I just don't have it to give.
Yeah. Oh, Tiff just said, she said, I heard this yesterday. I care, but I can't carry you. I love that.
That is it.
I love that.
I love it. I say that too. I say I can care without carrying. So pretty much the same thing. You have to learn to care, but I cannot carry this. This right here, that's your issue. I can listen, but when that conversation is over, then Yolanda has to go back to taking care of Yolanda. So that's it. I can't carry it.
Yeah. And then Sister Sassy said, I don't consider it selfish, but self-aware. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. And again, I think as believers, we do struggle with that. We do struggle with that because we are taught that, or if you even grew up in a household with a lot of siblings or whatever the case, we're always taught to be selfless and give to others. And sometimes that giving comes at it should never come at a detriment to you. And that's what we need to ask ourselves. If someone is asking you to do something and you can't do it and walk away from doing it, still feeling 100 and feeling good about you and not regretting it, you probably shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Wow. Did she mention something about being self-aware?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so. Because we'll go back to our whole theme is healing. A part of healing is you have to be able to be self-aware. You mentioned triggers earlier on, like during the introduction. You have to be aware when something is triggering you, like, okay, Now I feel this emotion. What am I going to do with it? And that's where the processing comes in. Okay, why do I feel this way? What happened? Am I going back to something that happened in the past? Maybe. Or you got to ask yourself, okay, but what is happening right now? Why do I feel this right now?
So, Yolanda, you're getting ahead of us. You're getting ahead of us. So, yeah.
That's something where it just jumped out.
Yeah. But that is so true. Like, and it's funny. We had a conversation at work, and we was, we was going through some issues at work or whatever, and we was on a team call, and I told people exactly what you just said, though, and I don't want to get ahead, but I'm gonna say this because I'm thinking about it right now, but I had to tell people, when people come up to you and they do stuff to you, it's two things that you have to ask yourself. First, you have to ask yourself, what am I going through right now? Like, where am I right now? Mm-hmm. Am I in a sensitive space that I'm feeling what they're giving me a little bit different than what they're really giving me? And then the second question you ask yourself, or you ask, is what are they going through? Because they could be going through something too that we are unaware of, and they're vomiting on us. So yes. I love when you said you have to ask, you have to find out, like, where am I? Okay, yes. So Yolanda, before we go, we about to get into this, y'all. So I have to ask you this question because, like, when I was growing up, it was just called, getting your ass beat, getting whooping. That's what it was called. I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what they told you. My mama said, I'm gonna beat your ass. So there you go. But now, I thought nothing of it. I thought nothing of it. But now, if we say that to some kid today, that's a traumatic moment. That's a traumatic moment. So I'm gonna ask you. I've asked this before, but what is trauma? What is trauma? So, what is trauma?
Oh man, so it is any event. I'm trying to say it in practical terms and not therapy term, and without using the word, an event that you have gone through in the past that now may still affect you emotionally in the future or in the present. So it could be just hearing that language. It could be you losing someone. And so now let's say it was to gun violence. So now I hear a gunshot. Now that triggers something in me, even though it doesn't have anything to do with my family, but I've heard that shot. So now it's bringing up some emotions within me. So a lived experience that can bring forth some emotion.
Okay. And what is hurt?
Oh, Lord, John. How would I describe hurt?
We're making you work. This is why
you
should
are,
come to Taco
I already
Tuesday.
logged off from work. You are not supposed to be making me think.
You need to show up for Taco Tuesday. There you go.
Cool. Okay, I'm there next Tuesday. Hurt. How would I describe hurt? That also is an emotion because of something or an event or a situation that has happened to you, and now the emotion that you feel is related to the pain, which is also considered hurt. I know I use it in the definition, but that's how I would describe it.
Okay, so
something we've gone through that has triggered that emotion.
Okay, so can trauma be hurt? Can hurt be trauma, or are they two separate things?
Now, I think they have two different definitions, because you don't necessarily have to experience some trauma to have some hurt. I stomp my toe, I hurt, I feel pain. Okay. My brother gets killed, I hear gunshot, I now feel sadness and some pain because my brother is no longer here. So different.
Now, do people get those mixed many times?
I haven't seen where they have.
Okay.
Now, that's just me. I haven't seen where anyone has.
Okay. So let me ask you this here. So, because we hear traumatic moments, that is just a theme you hear all the time on social media, especially when it comes to African-American men. We hear about all the childhood trauma that men went through and so forth. So, like, how do before we even get to the traumatic moment, how can a person heal effectively? Let me ask that. How can a person heal effectively?
Number one, it was all to that self-aware, acknowledging something happened. This is how I feel. Because a lot of times we don't want to acknowledge that something happened. If I avoid it, and pretend that it did not happen, I don't have to feel any pain. I don't have to feel anything. I'm just moving through life. So I have to first acknowledge it. Something did happen and I can't move on from it. So acknowledge it. Then you're going to feel the feels, acknowledge what you are feeling. And then now, how do I move forward? How do I process all of this? Could be with therapists, could be with journaling, it could be whatever avenue you have. But one, acknowledge it. This happened. This is how I feel. Now, how do I still do life despite this happening? That's all a part of that healing.
And now those three things that you just called off, which one do people struggle with the most?
Acknowledging that it happened.
Acknowledging.
I'd rather avoid it because if I avoid it, I feel nothing. I don't want to feel the pain. It's easier to pretend it doesn't happen than to go through that hurt and to sit here with a journal and now I got to write this down. Tears are flowing. We're not doing that today. I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to deal with it. So, i.e., avoidance, which it doesn't help us win in the end. It just makes it even longer, the process even longer.
Exactly. It makes it even longer. And not, so is it that people, do you think it's that people fear being vulnerable or that causes them from not acknowledging it or feeling weak or out of control?
Out of control, if anything. I wouldn't say the vulnerability because it's more once I say this, now I got to deal with this emotion that I'm feeling. And I feel like I am losing my control because now I'm sad. I don't know how to bring myself out of it. I don't have control anymore. Or now I'm depressed because I took myself back there. I didn't want to go back there. And now you're telling me that I have to. I have lost control. So I don't feel it's the vulnerability, it's the loss of control. I don't get to control what happens next. I don't get to we say we can control how we respond, but the thing is you took me back. It hurts really bad. And I don't want to feel this. I don't want you to see me go through this either. So if I don't have control, what does that do?
But it's funny that you say that you feel that sense of out of control. And the reason I say that is because acknowledging it is you're owning it. It's like you are in control of it and you are accepting in that moment, you are in control of saying, hey, I've been hurt. Whatever that hurt looks like, whoever caused it, you acknowledging that, hey, this impacted me. So you are in full control
in that moment. I can say it, but I want to move right past it. I've seen it happen too many times. Yeah, X, Y, and Z happened, but I'm good. I'm good. We good. We can move on. I'm not going there. We are not going there. And I've had someone to even say, this is too much. I can't do this every week because I feel like I cannot control my emotions. Like, I don't want to be breaking down. But do you want to work through this and move past it? I do, but I don't want to have to go through all of that. But it's a part of it. That's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. And, and I think that's also too where people have to extend grace to themselves. They have to extend grace because we tell ourselves, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm this all the time. And then when we do go through those hurtful moments, and like you said, we're out of control in those moments. We're out of control and we're feeling all of these feelings. And it's like it makes us feel weak. It makes us feel weak that, dang, I'm letting this get next to me like this. But yeah, you have to extend grace to yourself because you're human.
Yeah,
you're human,
and that's hard too because it's like what. And I've heard you hear, but what does giving myself grace look like? What does that even mean? Number one, let's acknowledge that you are human, and it is okay to feel the things that you feel. It is okay not to be perfect and have it all together. Giving yourself grace means I am not failing. I'm trying to grow through this. Giving yourself grace means I can't do this by myself right now. I need someone to walk through this with me. But you got to understand what giving yourself grace looks like. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, and yeah, also grace, extending grace too looks like it's not a pass for you to just go and be depressed and waddle
Mm-mm,
in your sadness. That's not what
mm-mm,
giving grace is. But in those moments when you do hit a low spot, it shows you, hey, I may be strong this day, and then out of nowhere, I'm gonna have this low moment. And when you have those
mm-hmm.
low moments, that's when you say, hey, I'm human. I am
Exactly.
going through something that was hurtful to me. So in
Good.
some ways, I believe for me in the past when I've gone through things, I have to acknowledge the hurt many times over and over
Mm-hmm,
again. Every time I
mm-hmm.
go through those low moments, that's part of me extending grace to myself. I say, hey, John, you're human. This happened to you. This thing happened to you, and it hurt
Exactly.
you
Yes,
tremendously. So yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. I think another part of that too, John, and where was my thought? Okay. Yeah, when you think about some of the things that you're going through, a lot of times it can be hard to give ourselves grace, especially when you've gone through the same thing multiple times, right? But can you look back and see any growth from that? Because when you see even just a little bit of growth, that's grace right there. Give it to yourself. Okay, yeah, I went through this, but guess what? How did I come out of it? What you say in your song? I'm coming out
Coming
of it
out of
better
it
than I
better than I
went
went
into it.
into it. Yeah,
I've been here
yeah,
before, so I know that I
yeah,
can make it as hard as it is. I know that I can make it because I know I have before, and that's growth. So going through this, you just still growing, still healing and growing, still healing and growing. So we got to try to look at it like that too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Grace
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
yourself. Make the
Grace to
shirt to
yourself.
say grace. That's what's next.
I need a royalty check, Yolanda.
I got you.
I need a royalty check. I'm gonna start charging people when they come on the podcast
Look, I
and
got
make it.
flipping over the tables. I got grace.
Even if I don't think of it, if they say it on the podcast, I'm gonna say you owe me some royalties for that.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just playing. Okay, so you said acknowledging is number one. What was number two?
Oh, what did I say? Name what you're feeling.
Okay, so what does that look like?
That looks like I went through, I'm going to just continue to stay on my brother. I went through my brother's death. I hear a gunshot. That's painful. What I feel right now is hurt that someone could try to play like they're God and take my brother away. I feel anger. I can name why I feel angry. I feel sadness because my brother is no longer here. I'm naming all of the things that I am feeling because what I am feeling is definitely real. So name it all. Put it on paper if you have to. That's you acknowledging it as well. This is a feeling that is associated with that. And it is okay for me to feel that way. Normalize what you are feeling. Be honest. Don't just be making up stuff because we'll say quick, but I'm good. I am not good. I am struggling right now. So be honest with yourself and tell them how tell yourself this is exactly how I feel. Even though I want to be okay, even though I know God has made me stronger than this, right now I'm struggling.
Yeah.
So be honest with how you feel.
And I
And I don't
love
know
that.
why that's so hard for us. Weakness, I guess, like you stated earlier.
I think that we get so used to lying to everybody else that we're good that it just rolls off our tongues
Mm-hmm,
that we're good as well. It just
mm-hmm,
become our natural response to that.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just become a repetitious thing that we just continue to say, "Hey, I'm good," and we're telling ourselves that. But you know, you have to sometimes say, "No, I'm not good,"
I'm not
and
good.
then also another thing, even though God already knows what we're feeling, what we're going through, and everything. Sometimes, and I just say for me, sometimes when I have gone through some hurtful moments in my life, I say, like, I be talking to God like I'm talking to you right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
God, like, this is breaking me down. Like, I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. And God, I've even said, God, I'm disappointed in you because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
this happening to me, all of that kind of stuff. And because we don't always feel comfortable talking to other people. But sometimes I know when not sometimes, all the time when I speak to God and I'm talking to him directly and honestly and verbalizing the way that I feel, it seems like I feel a little bit better after it's even
Yes.
over with because I'm getting it out of me. And then I feel comfort by him because sometimes I think
Yes.
God wants us to say, hey, God, I need you to help me.
Absolutely.
I need you to help me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. And if we're not saying, John, I'm good, what is the other thing that we say? Oh, it could be worse. Are there other people that have it worse than me? But does that mean your feelings aren't valid?
Right. But that's that whole Christian belief. That's that whole Christian
It
stuff.
could be worse.
That's that whole church stuff. It could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse.
It
But right
could be.
now, you at your worst. Yesterday was good and today is worse. So you have to don't, like you said, don't compare your situation to nobody else, and don't try to make yourself feel better because stuff could be worse. No.
Yes, yes. Do not minimize how you are feeling because that's exactly what we do. So yeah, I had to say that because that's a big one. It could be worse, but does that mean that your feelings are not valid? You still feel angry, don't you? You still feel this, don't you? Okay, then let's just say that. Yeah, it could be worse, but right now, what you got? How you feel? So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's number 2. Name it. And what's number 3?
I said, then we're going to process, whether processing looks like writing it in journals, talking it through with your therapist, talking it through with your friend. Now I got to talk through what I'm going through so that I can move on through it. How do I navigate this? Now that I've said what I feel, how do I bring myself out of this? Sometimes journaling helps. Talking to the Lord helps. Me, I can go sit by the water and just look out at the water. That helps. Talking to the Lord while I'm out there. That helps. Talking to my therapist. Yes, therapist with a therapist, definitely got to have it. But whatever it takes for you to walk through that process, all that I feel, this happened to me. I feel this way. How can I walk through this? Because the hurt is still there 20 minutes later. What do I need to do? I got to call somebody and talk this through because this is too heavy for me right now. I got to schedule an appointment with my therapist because I'm trying, but I can't pull myself out of this. Or me and sweet Jesus, we going in my closet. I'm going to fall before him and let it all out. Whatever it takes. Now it's time to put in the work to release.
So let me ask you this here, Yolanda. So when we're going through our healing process and we're going through that time when we're hurting and we have those silent moments, because I think when many of our lives are kind of noisy. So when it's noisy, we have all of these distractions. We're distracted with work, we're distracted with kids, we're distracted with marriage, church, whatever. We're always, there's some noise going on in our head.
Chaos.
But then chaos over the end, but when everything quietens down and we have those silent moments and we are left with just us. We're just left with us and our thoughts. Like, what advice do you give someone in those moments? Because that's when the devil gets busy. That's when all generational curses get to working. That's when stuff that was spoken to us in relationships get to working. All of these negative thoughts are running through our heads in those moments. How can someone, what do they do to silence the noise? That noise.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the hard part, is being in the stillness. And sometimes you have to disconnect. It means I can't be with my friends this weekend. I can't do this weekend. I have got to sit and just be, because I can feel that I am in a place, I am spiraling down. So then when you sit and it's just you in a big old empty house or a big old empty room by yourself, like you stated, that mind, it starts to race again. What am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? Okay. Lord, I'm going to need you, or whoever you call on. Me, I'm calling on the Lord. Okay, Lord, it's me and you now. I don't know what to do with this. Seems like you have forced me. Sometimes he will force us to be still and sit down and deal with that thing and stop running from it. So you got to sit there and be uncomfortable. If you need to cry, cry. You need to scream, scream. But I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hear from God, or I am reflecting back on, I've been here before. How did I get through it then? Or I know Sharon went through something similar. Maybe it's time for me to reach out to her. Lord, what do I need to do to get through this? And it's only in those quiet moments that you can get some clarity in your mind. Yes, those negative thoughts will come. That's when we have to go back. You mentioned last week the affirmations and the I am statements. Yes, I am going through this, but I am also this. And call those things out. You have got to speak life into yourself and that situation. Yeah, I'm going through this. You say it all the time. I'm just going through it. Remind yourself, I'm going through it, but how can I come out of this? Sit and just be and get some clarity. What are my next steps now? I've sat in this, I've cried for 2 hours. What's going to be next, Yolanda? John, it's time for Taco Tuesday. I done had my moment. Now it's time for me to share what your girl been struggling with. I've been trying to do it on my own, but I can't. I couldn't even see the real problem until I got still. It wasn't that you overwhelmed with work. It's that you have this and this going on and work is just getting the blunt of it, you know? Be still so you can figure out what exactly is going on so you can get clarity on your next steps. I can't get clarity when I got 20 different things going on because now I'm trying to do it all and I'm doing nothing well. I'm doing just enough to get by. Fighting for my life internally.
Yeah,
Be still and work it out.
And Yolanda, I've learned too in those moments when we don't have the clarity or we're not seeking the clarity, we are normally vomiting on everybody else around us. We're vomiting all of these emotions. We're taking everything out on everybody that is in our circles and I get we have stuff going on, but sometimes we are so unfair to innocent people who have nothing to do with anything we're doing, but because we're hurting and we haven't really acknowledged that we're hurting and we're not really working to get through that hurt, we are hurting other people. That hurt people. That is so true. But like I said, we're vomiting and purging. I mean, all of these emotions all over people that they don't have, that don't even deserve it.
And that truly does happen in every situation. You got something negative to throw in there. Goes back to, why am I like that? Because let me tell you, that goes back to that being self-aware. And you ask yourself, when you can get still, why did I even make that comment? You know what? It wasn't even about that. That was about me and what I was going through. And let me tell you something. A part of your healing, when you acknowledge that, you need to go to that person. Listen, when I made that comment the other day, it had nothing to do with anything that you were going through, but I was going through my own thing. That's part of your healing, acknowledging and working through it. Own it. I was not in a good place, and I projected that onto you. And work through it. Because you're right. Hurt people, hurt other people, and the situation ain't got nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us.
And nothing. Be aware of what you are going through and how it is showing up in your relationships. Be aware of what you are going through and how it is showing up in your relationships. I have gone through a lot January and February. And when I tell you, ain't nobody from I ain't gonna even say my full-time job. I don't think nobody on here, but it affects the way that I was responding to my clients. Like I was not as empathetic as I needed to be. And I'm just being honest because I had my own stuff that I really wasn't dealing with. I was just moving. But when I finally sat still, and was like, Yolanda, your job is not stressful. You are not overwhelmed. They are not giving you too much. You just got too much going on in your life and you just been moving through. You haven't stopped yet. You haven't stopped since January. But that stillness, when you be still, you can see, oh my God, I dealt with grief in January, dealt with grief in February, March. I'm still working through it. But I am aware. I am able to show up differently for my clients. I am able to show up differently for those around me. Healing in real time, given when I'm working through it myself. because I am aware of what's happening. Can you acknowledge that enough to say, there's something going on? Let me be still, see what it is. Healing in real time is painful, it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary.
Yeah, yeah. So someone said, I am learning to stop running away from the stillness.
Oh,
Right. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
because it
yeah.
can be scary. It forces us to confront what the real issue is. And if I confront it, then I'm feeling something. And if I feel it, then I mean I got to put in some work over here. I don't want to go through all of that. It's easy to just pretend it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah. And Casal said, confronting is painful, but healing only takes place when you face the pain. So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
true. So
Oh,
true.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was you to ask me, John, or maybe I don't know who said it, but what pain do you want to feel? The pain of continuing to go through the same thing over and over, or the pain of actually putting in the work to work through it and move on to something else? Which pain do we want?
Yeah, because in the other song that's on that project, it says leaving will hurt, staying will hurt. So it's the same.
But I'll take my chances.
I take my chances and bet on me. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on me. Yeah. So it's like you can stay in the mess and hurt, or you can step out
Mm,
and start moving towards your future and deal with the
yes.
hurt and come to the other side. Because, like you said, Yolanda, you got to go through it to get to it, and whatever to it is, that's whatever what God has ordained for you and destined
Yes.
for you. But sometimes we have to go through things to get to what is planned for us. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then so we have they said it's very hard, but I had to learn to accept that I deserve to feel better and understand that I do deserve better. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. And Miss Till said, and even and when they don't acknowledge it, it's some folks misdirect and dump on you. We just talked
Mm,
about that. Yeah,
yes.
they
Yeah.
dump on you. I've had some moments where people tried to dump on me. I mean, you have to call it out to people. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not about to be your punching bag.
Yes, and
That's
that's
what we're
where
not about to do.
exactly. And John, you good about that now, and that's where we go to setting the boundaries. I tell you, if you need some help with setting boundaries, holler at my brother. He'll help you out. But that is a great thing. That is healthy because we sit and we'll take on so much stuff. And we said earlier, I try to care without carrying, but you keep dumping. Hell, now I feel like this my suitcase, and baby, this is getting way too heavy. Mm-mm. I'm putting this down and I'm coming back to me. Y'all do it too. It can feel really good.
Yeah,
It
you'll
is
feel real
rewarding.
good. You'll feel real good. So let's talk about the triggers. So let's talk about the triggers.
Whoa,
Yeah, let's talk
Lord.
about the triggers.
I don't know. That word right there.
Because we have these moments that we are triggered. And the funny thing with triggers, they always catch us off guard. They always catch us off
Mhm.
guard. And instantly we are in our feelings when it happens. Whatever feeling that is, it could be sad. Because there are some
Mhm.
good triggers. There are some triggers that make you feel good.
Mhm.
But the ones that make you feel bad, your whole moods change.
Ready to
You
go off.
Yeah, you ready to go off. If you out with somebody, you ready to go home, take me home, all of this other kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So Yolanda, so as a therapist, do you deal with people who experience triggers a lot?
100%. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And yes, I do.
And what is your professional advice for them to like work through that? Like how can we combat triggers? Because they just happen. We ain't prepared for them.
Exactly, they do. And so the therapeutic term is we have to do some grounding, bring us back to right now. We talked about that earlier. It all comes back to right now. Yep, that happened to me then. This is a totally different person in front of me. This is a totally different situation in front of me, right? Yep, I went through it in the past and this is what happened. This is how I dealt with it, whether it was a good way or bad way. But right now, what is really happening? Who is the person in front of you? Because I'm looking at John, but the way John is acting right now, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Tom, whomever. But this is John. John is not Tom. Who is in front of me? What is John actually doing? Is he doing the same thing that Tom did? Really not. He said one little buzzword, and baby, that took you all the way back. Mm-mm. I'll tell my clients, sometimes we got to shake our head like I dream of Genie. Wait a minute. But where am I right now? I'll tell them that. I said, y'all got a crazy therapist, but nevertheless, I'm here to keep it real. So, but sometimes you got to shake yourself back to reality. But what is happening in this moment? And if you can get to this moment and you take a deep breath and regulate what you are feeling, that can kind of help bring you in. You got to, we're not back there. Come back right here. What is in front of you? What is really happening? And if you can get to that point where you can calm yourself enough to say, but this is not that, then that helps a lot. Trust me. Shake their head like I dream of Genie. Come back to what's happening now, Yolanda. Yeah, that happened to you, but come back over here. That's not Tom. That's John. John ain't never showed you that before, but when he said that word, it took you there. Focus on John, and you work through it.
And that's where clarity comes in. That's why you need clarity. And I think that's where people don't get it, and that's why healing is so important and going through the process so that when you get into a situation similar, because what you just described is clarity. That's pretty much saying, let me ask myself, is this John that's doing this, or was that Tom that did it? And John may have said something similar to Tom that makes me go back to that. And you'll take all of the frustration and the anger you had for Tom out on John. And John didn't mean it the way that you took it. You just took it because it transported you back to where Tom made you feel. And that, again, that's why clarity is so important, people. And clarity only comes from putting in the time, putting in the work, going back to your 3 points, acknowledging it, naming it, and coming up with the process to get through it. Because if you don't do those things, you will never find clarity on situations. And then you also find yourself staying in situations too long. You'll be saying, because John will be doing what Tom did to you. Lord, and you'll be making excuses for John, because you'll be like, maybe I'm just feeling this way because Tom. No, when John hit you upside your head like Tom did, he was wrong. But we make concessions for that when you don't have clarity. When you don't have clarity.
Yeah, because we have normalized that toxic behavior. That is not normal. Okay. It's time to move. But we will do that. I'll just stay in survival mode. I know how to survive through this. I've been through worse. You ain't saying nothing. I'm going to check you right now. Try to anyway. But hey, I've been through it before. And like you said, stay there longer than we need to. But again, what do you deserve? Is that you putting yourself first? Is that you taking care of you? Is that you seeing yourself the way that God sees you?
Yeah.
Is that how God commanded you to treat me? No. But we still gonna say and deal with it. Why? That is not us showing ourselves love. That is not us putting ourselves first. We said earlier, I deserve it. You deserve it.
But again, Yolanda, we got to go back to that clarity. You got to have clarity, because you do not know what you deserve if your mind is clouded.
Exactly.
You will think you deserve this person speaking to you this way, them doing those things to you, them disrespecting you. Will think you did something that weren't that. I don't give two craps. Sometimes we can. Sometimes we can do some stuff. Like I tell people all the time, if I'm in a relationship and you ever tell me, John, shut the F up, we done. Instantly. It's not, I'm going to be like, okay. Because in no way, I don't care what I do. It's some things I don't believe. Well, some things we do, we will make concessions and think like, well, my actions caused that. No,
Mm-mm.
no,
But my
no.
respect and my love for you won't allow me to do certain things.
Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. So
Yeah.
Donna said bye. Bye. Say bye.
And maybe she means that. But she said, not happening. Not happening.
Yeah, but clarity is so important, people, because if you don't have clarity, you won't know what you deserve.
Mm-mm.
You'll think what you did made them treat you that way, and you caused that abuse or you caused those words. No.
And how do you get that clarity again? Being in the stillness. I can't hear nothing when there's so much going on around me. I don't care how hard you try. You cannot tell me that you can hear clearly. I got to be still. And now I can see people say, when you're going through stuff, you kind of shy away. Baby, sometimes I have to, because it needs to be me and God. It's not that I don't want to share or I don't feel like my friends deserve to help me walk through this. But sometimes I just need a moment. Me and God, I got to be still so I can hear, because there's too much going on around me. My head is just, be still so you can be clear. And then I know this is who you need to go to. This is who can help you walk through this.
Yeah.
But if I don't have that clarity, I'm all over the place.
I see we have a comment from Tony Davis. He said, I need help with setting boundaries. Help, JP.
Yeah, listen, don't.
But Tony don't know. Tony don't know one of my boundaries with him is not to help him.
What? Tony says, John, won't help you. Look, I got this book. Can y'all see this? This is one book that I have read, Set Boundaries, Find Peace. Go ahead and grab this book right here.
Oh, wow,
this is a good one on setting boundaries by Nidra Glover. I can't say that other last name, but if you want, I'll drop it in the chat later on. But this will help you reclaim yourself, learn how to set some healthy boundaries. And it goes into all different types of relationships, like with family, with your coworkers, romantic relationships, with your parents, with your children. You have to have those boundaries if you really want to put yourself first. Otherwise, I'm still doing what everybody else want me to do. Then I'm upset. I'm really mad at the other person, but really be mad at yourself because you didn't set that boundary in the beginning.
Yeah. And Yolanda, I like something that you said earlier about, and we said this several times through this podcast, is about asking yourself what I'm going through right now. And one thing that I've learned in that during going through healing processes is that many times what the reason we are feeling the way that we're feeling, well, what has happened to us really has nothing to do with the way we're feeling. And what I mean by that, so say for instance, you just came out of a relationship, and one day you just in this low moment and you're like, oh, maybe I'm this, I'm not enough, I'm this. And when you ask yourself, like, well, why am I feeling this way? Maybe that same day, earlier that day, you found out your ex is now in a new relationship. So
it's not enough.
Yeah, and then you putting it off on you. So that's why you have to ask yourself, like, because that that's them and their situation. That ain't got nothing to do with your worth. That ain't got nothing to do with your value. But if you don't get to the core of why you're feeling it, you will start questioning yourself and forget, like, why am I really feeling this way? You feeling that way because they got somebody. You should probably should be glad that they with them and praying for the new person.
Exactly. Like, good luck to you, ma'am. Good luck to you. I tell people all the time, but remember your why. There is a why that you are not still there. Let's go back there and focus on your why and what you want for yourself. Is that what you still want? You told me you wanted something bigger, something different. You wanted more for yourself. But if you want to go back and focus on this, why not me? Girl, that's not what we're doing. That's not what you told me you wanted. So tell them, good luck to her. Remember why you left, why you're not there in the beginning, whether that be a job, whatever the case. Remember the why.
Remember the why.
You won't go back and repeat that.
And if you can't remember the why, just remember you left.
Exactly. And there's a reason why I left. I don't know it right now. But, hey, and especially when you've asked God to remove you from it and you still, Oh, absolutely not. If I ask God to get me out of this, I dare not go back. So go back to the why. That's part of the healing. Putting yourself first, moving on forward through the pain. It don't feel good, but I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah. So let's see. Miss Donna says something. Exactly. Want it better and let God move him on without me. Yeah. 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 You'll send him a thank you card later, Miss Donna.
Oh.
thank you thank you for doing what you did to make me cut you off.
Listen.
If you don't remember your why, trust me, your friends will.
Absolutely.
Laughing out loud. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, they will.
And speaking of friends, so I'm glad Miss Tiff said that. I hope that everybody has a friend that is super understanding of you and your situation.
Yes.
And what I mean that, and I think we need those friends that don't give up on us.
Yes.
So, because normally when we are going through things, we shut down and we stop talking and we distance ourselves. I think we all need that friend that, because it's easy for us to be like, oh, well, they're not calling me, they're not talking to me, so I'm not going to call them, I'm going to move on. But you need that friend that that sees you. And what sees you mean, they see that you're acting differently, but they know a different version of you. So they're going to reach out to you. You may not talk to them, but they're going to reach out to you again. They're always going to do those check-ins on you just to make sure you're okay. And they understand, well, when she or he is ready to talk to me, they'll reach out to me. And when you do reach out to them, they are there with arms wide open, ready to embrace you. I hope everybody that goes through that, they have that person that's a friend, because we need them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And friend, even if you're just texting, I'm here when you're ready. We might be quiet over here. They might be quiet, but they see that. And that truly means a lot. Okay. They get it. They know that I need my moment. And then I'm here when you're ready. Okay. It's been a week or two. I'm about to pull up on you. You better give me something. Have that person in your life. Even like I said, if you just send that one line, that can truly bless that person.
So. And if somebody that's listening tonight, if you can be that friend to somebody. Maybe you haven't been that friend to somebody. Maybe you have cut people off or say, I'm not going to deal with them because they're not responding to my text messages and all this. I had this situation happen this summer to me. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, my cutoff game is getting so strong. You know, like, Lord, God got to heal me from this cutoff season. I don't know. So I had this friend, and Pat knows, she's out there. She knows what I'm talking about. So I had this friend. So she was sending group messages or whatever. And Yolanda, you know me, I really don't like group messages. I'm not going to respond to them or whatever. So I would never respond to the group messages, right? So when it was my birthday, now this is a friend that normally calls me or try to hook up with me for my birthday and everything. She sent me a birthday wish on Facebook, right? So I was like, okay, I see what she's doing here. So one day I called her. I was headed to Abach for a funeral and everything, and it was raining, and she didn't answer the phone. She didn't answer the phone or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then after I didn't hear from her for so long, I reached out to her and I said, hey, I know that there's a shift in us. There's a shift. So I wanted to acknowledge that there's a shift in us. And I called you and you didn't return my call or whatever, and all this other kind of stuff. I left her, I sent her a text message. So then when she responds back, and God forgive me if she's looking at this text, but you're about to see, when she emailed me back, when she texted me back, she says, well, I called you and you didn't respond. In that moment, I stopped reading the text message and deleted it. It was the whole paragraph. I didn't read it anymore. And I haven't spoken with her since, because I'm like, if I'm acting different, or you perceive I'm acting different, again, that's why we need those friends that know us and see us. And they say, John is acting different. Let me reach out to him and see if he's okay. If you haven't heard from me, reach out to me, opposed to just thinking like it's something personal towards you. If you know that's not my character, or you know that's not your friend's character, reach out to them. Don't just get in your feelings because they're not responding to a text message that ain't even meaning nothing. So it's just like, and that's why I strongly encourage that with people, that if you have people who are acting different and they're not present as like they used to be, and you
Mhm.
know them and you know their character, don't give up on them.
Don't
That
shut
should
up.
make you put in more work to
Yes.
make sure that they are okay. Because
Yes.
if I'm one of your friends that you think different, the cutoff game is strong. It's
Oh,
strong.
John.
It's
John,
strong.
John.
It's
But it's good
strong.
to have that friend, like you said, that sees me. I know that this is not John. So something has
Exactly.
happened.
And reach out. Reach out. So people, if you ain't talked to one of your friends in a long time, please reach out to those people tonight. They may need you.
Mm,
And yeah, they may need you. So yeah, there you go.
be that healing person.
Be that healing
That's healing
person.
for you too.
Yeah.
I am.
True. True. That's healing for you
That's
too.
healing for you
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah. So Yolanda, you didn't know this here. So we're gonna give away a couple of your shirts tonight. Okay, we'll give away 3 of your shirts, Isaiah, you the money and stuff. And so Yolanda, what's a question we can ask? So we need 3 questions to ask so people can win some
Mm.
shirts.
Let's see if they even remember the name of my brand.
Okay, yeah. So if you remember the name of Yolanda's brand, and Keisha Dunn, you're not winning because you're Yolanda's best friend. So I'm glad I know some of these names in the chat. So you ain't winning. We're gonna come up with something else for you. Okay, so Pat says, keep reaching out. It's so much going on in our lives. John, I love you. I love you too, Pat. So Pat is another one of my friends that we meet up once a quarter or every 2 months for lunch because I need to feel her presence and
Yes.
everything. Keisha said, damn it. Yeah, Keisha, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. But I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna think of it. So what is the name of Yolanda's brand? Let me see here.
It's my therapy practice, and then I kind of branched off a little bit and added a little something to it for apparel.
And y'all, I'll be wanting y'all to win this stuff so I can get y'all the stuff. I'm accidentally put it on the screen so y'all can win it. Let's see here.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, somebody got it?
Uh-huh. Oh, 2 people said it.
Okay. Shamika Spikes and Sister Sassy. Okay. Okay, well, we got 2 people, so that's 2 shirts. So Yolanda, what's another question we can ask?
Was it the 3 steps to the healing process? We must first do what?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. First do what? What's the first one you must do? And by doing this, you get clarity, get healed eventually. Acknowledge. Sister Sassy, you're gonna have Sister Sassy. I think she's gonna be selling the shirts on the side.
Oh, goodness.
So, okay. Sister Sassy, we appreciate you. So you do have a shirt coming, Sister Sassy. And Donna and Pat answered it. So we'll give away 4 shirts, Yolanda. So what you guys can do, Yolanda's information, and Pat, you can just text me your size and I'll get it to Yolanda. But everyone else, Miss Sassy, Donna, and Shamika, if you guys don't mind, DMing Yolanda on Instagram your size of the shirt that you need and your address, and your shirts are taken care of. We'll get them shipped out to you guys. So make sure that you do that. And guys, Yolanda, this has been amazing. So what is a word that you want to leave people with?
I guess if I could say anything, is look at healing as something positive. It is a part of your growth. It is a part of you putting yourself first. It is a part of you walking through this journey. So know that healing can be a beautiful thing. Don't feel like you're going backwards when you're triggered. Nope, I'm growing, I'm feeling it, and I'm moving forward. So if I could leave you with that, that is what I will leave you with. I encourage you, even if you don't go out to the site to purchase any apparel, there are messages that I have out there. I want you to read those messages when you just need that reminder to put yourself first. It talks about self-care is self-love. It's time for you to learn how to love on yourself. There's messages there. So when you just need that, just go out to that site and hear that message to remind yourself, when I take care of myself, that's self-care. Me being selfish and putting me first, that's self-care. So go there when you need that reminder, even if you're not shopping.
I love it. I love it. And guys, so again, each episode, we have 3 more episodes in this season. If you don't mind going out listening to the project, it's a great project. All the songs are really good. It's not a long thing, a long project, but you can go out and check it out. It's K Renee's audition tape. That's a picture of the CD cover. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere you listen to music, even YouTube. You can go out and listen to the whole album for free on YouTube. But go out and listen to it. Next week, the podcast is going to be about the song Break Those Chains. And that song is dealing with generational curses. And next week, I'm going to have 5 of my nieces on the podcast. So it's going to be a family night for me. My family is going to be on here with me. So y'all will get a chance to meet some of my family. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great show next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah, Yolanda, again, you guys can go out, follow Yolanda on Instagram, Yolanda the Therapist. You can follow her there. And then you can go to her website and get your own gear. Me First Apparel. You can go out there and get that on her site. And like I said, I know as a living witness, when you wear words on your shoulder, it causes you to live up to what you're wearing. So go out and get some of her gear. She has a lot of quotes she's stolen from me, and she's putting them on t-shirts. So
I will be uploading Flipping the Tables tonight. I want you to know that I really do have that, John.
Wanda, see, right there. See, folks, this is how they do me. They take me to Taco Tuesday, get some tequila and a margarita in me, and I just start spewing out all my ideas and everything. And then they come, they be like, I'm gonna do this. I'll be like, damn, did I dream that?
Gosh, hush, John, hush.
But thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we will see you guys next Monday. And thank you, Yolanda. We will see you guys next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, then. Peace.
Yeah. Real life stories and transparent conversations, hustle and grind, love and relationships, with all the tools for living your best life. It's the Dope As Do Podcast. The Dope As Do Podcast.